me like super excited to see this car because it is such a part of our rich racing heritage. So definitely you guys are going to want to stop by and check this one out when you work your way back around. Oh, it's so cool.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode on the vlog. Hopefully you guys been enjoying the previous videos, taking in the content, excited about the changes in the 510. Post a comment, let me know how you think the channel's going. Let me know how you think the content's going, if it needs to change or needs to improve. I don't know. But what I do know is that let's cold start. So I was cold start. The tank's actually airing up, so that's why it's being loud. But today's episode, I don't know how far we'll get in there, but I see a title, may give you an idea. But we're going to the Lane Museum in Nashville, Tennessee, and we may be able to go down into the basement and check out the Nissan Heritage Collection. Well, I guess it's part Heritage Collection, or is it the whole Heritage Collection? I can't remember what they call it. I will put it up there. But that's what we're going to do now. It is really early in the morning. I'm going to go meet the guys. We're going to have breakfast. And then we're going to head down in a caravan to the museum. Hopefully we get into the basement. What's cool about the basement is that it's not always open to the public. They only open a few times a year. They house a bunch of Nissan models, a whole lot of old previous models, some current models and stuff, some production number ones that it took off the line. Some really cool history down there. So I'm really excited. I would say it is the US version of the Japanese heritage. That worked. Well, as usual, the closest person is always the latest. I showed up here, the guys are already gone in, which is pretty good because they're going to be kind of packed in there. But Mike brought Red out despite the threat of rain. It's Jay's, G, and then the new... Come on, he's parking among friends, but yet he's right in the corner. He's paranoid. New car owners. But let me go hang up the camera, go get some food real quick, and then we'll pick back up on the way down. Jonathan just opened the gate to the super duper secret passageway. There was large threats of rain, so he didn't bring out his 240 like you saw in the last vlog. No, you didn't see in the last vlog. I didn't vlog going to Cars and Coffee last time. But yeah, he has the really nice 240Z. I'm sure I think I have put that on there, on the channel. So this is the general basement, right?
Yeah, this is the quote-unquote vault.
The vault, quote unquote. So the Fisker. Oh, check this Renault. I'm gonna get left, huh, if I keep gawking. Dude! 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 It's a mini truck. I want me a mini truck. Dude, that mini truck's bad. Forget your old turbos. Oh gosh, Jonathan's taking us in a deep dark hole. I've seen this in the movie somewhere.
This is where you die.
I don't know, but I think I've died really. I'm going to heaven. Holy moly. Dude, the last time I've seen a van like this, because on the islands you call this a pickup. A van was in Trinidad. We had so many of these on the island.
That's the first one that rolled off the line.
Yeah, it's the first one.
83.
Jeez, that's beautiful.
Very rare. What was the name?
Guys, some 510s. Some 510s. I need to double check this grill, because the guys butchered my grill. So there's a mountain point there. That's down there. Okay. Yeah, my grill's all jacked up. I have to get a new old stock condition grill. Damn, look at this car. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dude, I've seen Larry's video, but just seeing it IRL is so much better. Yeah, I remember this at the Z at the headquarters a couple years ago when they drug that out. Yes. I'm gonna have to do. I should have brought my stabilizer so I could do a number of montages. Montages. You guys know I love my Datsuns. I love my Datsuns. I just love them. This is a pretty sick truck. One of one convertible Nismo. Actual Nismo, not like convertible Z with Nismo bits. It's an actual Nismo.
The white Ricardos.
White Ricardos. Yeah. Let me get my. Actually, no. The ISO changed really well, so I picked it up good.
This one still drives perfect.
Yeah.
It makes like 800 or something like that.
Does it really?
Yeah.
It's factory. Oh, it's still in. Sorry. Yes. That's what I was trying to remember. Concept cars back there. And the patrol! I think I've seen one or two of those in Trinidad. Because we have patrols over there. A bunch of patrols. And Land Cruisers and stuff. You good? You need something?
Nope. Just clean it up.
Wow, that does look like a 2002. I need to wrap around. Yeah. You know, you see them in pictures, but you don't really get to capture the body lines. How the light reflects and stuff like that. Yeah, IRL, this thing does look like a 2002 kinda. The rooftop, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Another cool pickup. $1,200. '61 Fear Lady. Woo. All the cool memorabilia. So awesome. So freaking awesome. Jay, all the memorabilia on all the four walls. That is so cool. Can't get over this 510. The 510 is the current topic on the channel. The main topic is the G, but this is really cool. Seeing it in this form. Oh yeah. Ho, ho, ho. The memorabilia in this place is awesome. I never saw that. Yes. Man, we need some posters. We need to donate some posters to this enterprise. Guys, you know those Walmart poster holders? We need to get some and donate to these guys. Because that poster is held on by 2 nails. Yeah, you know the cheap little Walmart one? With the backer and then the plastic around the edges?
What we had in high school.
Exactly. Yeah. Alright, Jonathan. We're gonna bring you some poster holders. Wes, don't put your bald sweat on it. It is cool. So this area is open today?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's.
So when they facilitate the tours down here later, I'm gonna walk them through this 10 to 15 minutes max.
Sweet. I'll record that. Listen to you talk about the stuff.
There's some good stuff. So.
Dude, look at those exhausts.
Yeah.
Those S30 exhausts.
Yeah. So these are the Anza S30 exhausts, headers, intake manifolds. We've got brakes and all that stuff for S30s and other things like that. In this corner, you can see the original air filter.
Yes.
Then, so the Stillen GTR over there.
Yeah.
So we've got all of the
Extra
spare.
wheels.
So we have the new wheels that we're going to put on it. So the Nismo wheels. And then we've got the full sets of Dunlops. We have some winter tires over there for whatever reason those came to us, but we have full sets.
That's awesome.
So we're going to go racing. And then these are all of the spare GTR rotors, so 2-piece rotors, and then all of the brake pads for racing. Yeah, some stock. Yeah.
Is all those poster boards and memorabilia, Jonathan,
I'd come
are
on
on the
board.
walls? That shit's cool.
Yeah.
All that memorabilia stuff?
Yeah, and that's all been like donated to us and like other things like that. So anyways, so those will end up on that orange GTR, and we're gonna do some
Just
racing.
geeking out right now.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to keep walking around and check it out. You know, open doors, sitting things,
Oh, don't. You got
whatever.
You got rid of the ball split?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at this GTR thing over here on the shelf. Yeah. So today's one of the days where the Nissan Collection is open to the public and they're going to do a tour. Jonathan's going to be walking around discussing the vehicles and the heritage and stuff like that. So that will be towards the end of the video. I'll leave that uncut from beginning to end, so you guys can check that out. But right now, he's letting us just carefully go around the vehicles and just check them out and look at it. I'm trying to contain my fanboyism. It's a cool book. Oh. Can we look at these books for now? Look at this R34 book. I need another hand. Hey Wes, you wanna be my hanner? Or my Vanna White? Oh. Guys, check that out. That's so clean.
Yeah. Little dealer book.
That is so sexy. It's clean too. Cool. I didn't know if I had it in the frame. I was gawking at the book. Yeah. That's so cool. Oh, that's nice. You know, you don't get to see those. It's crazy how unobtainable they are now. You know, right when you thought, oh my gosh, optional parts catalog. Right when you thought they're legal now, you can bring it in, the price just quintuples, and then they're out of reach again. You know,
Like the old audio crap.
That's cool. Look at those options. And look the jukeboxes
disc
for the
changer?
trunk. Yeah, the disc
Yeah.
changers. Dang. Those are actual factory options. Dang, yo.
Yeah.
Oh man, all this stuff. Is this the permanent resting place until future notice? We definitely need to come and get these walls littered with stuff. All these things just need to be put up on the walls. Can I open the hood of the 510? Okay, so you guys have seen the mess under the hood of my 510. Let's check out under the hood of a factory ass 510. And these seats aren't that bad. Found it. Dude, these guys, they've spent so much money on these L20s, and they rock. They actually haul this little car around so much. but it's really cool to actually see a factory example. Because mine is so far removed from a factory example.
Oh, no doubt.
So much space in there.
Little baby 1.6.
What's cool about this interior? So the e-brake is there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to add e-brake to my car, because that was deleted.
This is the option back in 1972.
All right, guys. You know I love the red. Check out this section.
Red section.
The red section. Oh my goodness. Look at all these different cars.
Oh, really?
Different shades. All the minis and stuff. Golly.
So a little surprise for you guys today. So normally when you guys do the basement tour that Chris is so generously offering, you guys wouldn't be able to get to see the Nissan garage. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little surprise. So my name is Jonathan Bueller. I'm one of the managers of this collection for Nissan North America. So I do this outside of my normal day job at Nissan North America. So I manage PR and product communications for sports cars and sedans for Nissan. And so for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've taken over the collection myself and one of my colleagues, Dan Pass. And so from a volunteer point of view, we have about 20 to 25 volunteers that help us with the collection. But this is North America's heritage collection. So everything you see here, all owned by Nissan. Everything that we have here has been used in commercials or through a number of different things that we've done. So you might recognize some of these vehicles from some of those ad campaigns or from some of the other things that we do, like bringing them out to some of the shows and other things like that. So with that being said, feel free to come on in. I'll walk you guys through some of the key vehicles, point out some cool stuff. If you guys have a question, just like Chris had mentioned, stop me and I'll try to answer any of the questions. But I'm going to start on the left side. We'll work our way around and come back out down the right. So those who are oogling over the 720s and the 320 pickup trucks and the hard bodies behind me, we'll get to those in a minute. But so over here on the left, normally we have three, but one of them is out filming a commercial right now, so our 1960 Datsun pickup truck. But all three of these were the very first vehicles that Nissan, branded as Datsun, brought over into America in the mid to late 50s. So all of these vehicles are built on the same chassis with the same 1200cc engine, but their bodies were different. So then you have the sedan, you've got the beautiful Fairlady, which was the initial Fairlady ever. So when you hear the term Fairlady Z, or you guys hear about Fairladies in Japan and whatnot, that actually originated with a convertible. So in Japan, you know, they had Fairladies that were of this designation, and then when these left the marketplace, they rebranded the Fairlady name under the Z. So when the Z came out in 1969, in Japan, it was branded as a Fairlady, but then they thought Fairlady was too feminine for the American market, so then they added the numerical designation for the displacement, which then carried on up until this latest generation, where we have lost the designation for displacement and now just call it the Z. But all three of these vehicles were built to try to bring Datsun brand into America. We brought these into different dealerships to try to get enthusiasm around the brand. There was a lot of animosity coming post-war towards Japanese brands. So this was one way to try to, you know, skew the mindset of the American buyer to try to find something that was cheap, but then also really reliable, but then stylish. Because if you think back, you know, this is a tiny car in comparison to the big Cadillacs of the 60s, you know, the big 57 Chevys and everything like that. And so this really kind of set the standard for what Datsun and what Nissan would end up being in the North American market. It's really cool that we have the three vehicles, unfortunately this one isn't here, that really kicked off Nissan in America. But I will make one point before we walk around. So the white pickup truck right there at the very front, so that 720 is probably one of the most famous Nissan vehicles in America. So that particular vehicle was the very first Nissan vehicle built in America. So that came off the line in 1983 here in Smyrna, Tennessee, well, just south of here in Smyrna, Tennessee. That was the very first vehicle that Nissan had made in North America. So that's really what kickstarted the whole movement of bringing Japanese manufacturing into America. Because as soon as the Smyrna plant opened and delivered that vehicle, Toyota and Honda and Mazda brought their headquarters, brought their you know, their manufacturing plants here to America. So if it wasn't for that one little white pickup truck with the blue interior with no radio and no AC, we probably wouldn't be in the same situation we're in now with everyone lusting after, you know, our favorite import cars. So that's a very, very important car in today's culture, which is crazy to think that that one little pickup truck did that. But as we move into the 70s, so the Datsun Roadsters were absolutely gangbuster popular. Everyone loved these things. They were phenomenal to drive. You had different versions. You had a 1500, a 1600, and a 2000. The 2000 obviously being, you know, the one that were very popular to those performance-oriented minded folks. But then what really kind of set the standard from there, though, was the introduction of the 510s behind me, and then obviously the 240Zs, which we'll show you over there. Unfortunately, we don't have one of our other 240Zs. It's also being used for other asset creation things going on over there. So, but these two 510s are really special to us because this particular Datsun wagon here came from one of Mr. K's personal friends. So if you guys don't know who Mr. K is, Tateyama, so he's hiding over there. It scares me every time I come over. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So one of his really good friends actually owned this car. There's pictures of him and Mr. K driving around in this car. So this has a lot of rich heritage, which you know, really is special for us to know that we have that connection to Mr. K outside of his personal lease car, which I'll get to. And then next to it is a really nice Datsun 510 sedan. So this one is the 4-door. A lot of people lost after the 2-door. If you guys are familiar, these are kind of what set Nissan completely apart from a lot of other brands in the 70s due to their rich racing heritage. So the 510 and the 240Z were raced every single weekend. So you win on Sunday and you go and sell on Monday. And so the BRE 510, which we would normally have in here, it's down in Atlanta at a close friend's shop, Randy Jaffe. He's going through it and restoring it for us. But we, you know, we wouldn't be the brand that we are today if it wasn't for these two vehicles, the 510 and obviously the 240Z. Now another special car, this one came from us from new, so this is a 1200 coupe. So as you'll notice, you know, the beautiful body styling. Although it is very 70s, this actually was a very popular seller. This, along with the B210, which we'll get to in a second, we cannot drive around without people pointing and going, "Oh my God, my mom had one of those," or "Oh man, my sister drove one of those in college and she took me in it," and blah blah blah. So those actually get more attention when we drive these around than we do in some of our other vehicles, which is really cool. So we're going to work our way around. So if if I can draw your attention to two of our race cars that we have in the collection. So if you guys are familiar, in 2015, we wanted to go back to Le Mans. And in 2015, we launched the Maxima, and we used the Maxima in this particular vehicle for an ad campaign that we did for the Super Bowl. So unfortunately, this was kind of a failed attempt at getting back to Le Mans because we had been so successful in the past with Steve Millen's 300ZX twin turbo car. But so in 2015, we brought out this GTR LMP hybrid. So this particular vehicle though had the VR38 under the hood, making 600 horsepower, but then it was tied to a hybrid powertrain system that would make close to 1200 horsepower. But what's interesting about this is it's not like any other race car that was being raced. All of them were obviously either all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. This was only front-wheel drive. So what you guys will notice is that big, massive tires in the front and teeny little tires in the back. And so this was a design concept from Ben Bowlby, who wanted to try to see how this, because of some of the success that they had with the Delta Wing, could, you know, promote different type of platforms and different type of drivetrains that you could make up to make something successful. But unfortunately, all three cars did not finish Le Mans in 2015. They had hybrid powertrain issues, so they were only running off of the ICE engine. So it was an unfortunate situation, and they actually folded up shop and never went back in 16. So this was one of the bodies from that. And then behind it, though, was probably one of our best successful stories. And you guys can come back here in a minute to see it up close. But so this was the Jeff Brabham winning 83 GTPX car. This decimated every single season from 1984 through 86. This car killed Jaguar, Porsche, everything. It annihilated everyone. And this particular car is in the race trim as it came off the racetrack in its final season. There's rocks everywhere. Everything is still the way it was when it came off the track. So this is a time capsule to say the least. And I'll open the door so you guys can see inside of it in a minute. But knowing that this thing had capabilities of upwards of 1400 horsepower from the VG30, that was a delineation from the 300ZX at the time, is just mind-blowing. And it gets me like super excited to see this car because it is such a part of our rich racing heritage. So definitely you guys are going to want to stop by and check this one out when you work your way back around. Oh, it's so cool. Sorry, man, I'm like spitfiring because I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. Knowing we've got another tour coming up. So again, the V210, another huge seller for the Nissan brand in the 70s. If it wasn't for that car, we probably wouldn't have the likes of some of our Sentras, as well as some of our other small mid-size sedans. Now I'm sure some of you guys are super excited about seeing a bone stock S13, considering that if you're like any of us,
50 grand right
yeah, you spent some time around these.
Is that drift $100,000?
Yeah, right. Yes. I got a 40 grand markup for the drift tax on this. Yeah, we got lucky with this. One of our coworkers at Nissan, he bought this car from the original owner, so it was a lady who bought it brand new and drove it around here in Tennessee for the many years. It's got 125,000 miles, but if you look at it, you'd never know. Crackless dash, the seats are not even worn. It blows my mind, but it is a manual, and it's just such a cool car. So time capsule for sure. And then we have a bunch of our Job 1s here. I'll just point these out. So Job 1 vehicles are the very first vehicles that roll off the line in our assembly plants. So when they come off, we usually like to keep them, especially those built here in Tennessee. So all three of these are our Job 1s. So you've got the Job 1 Leaf, so that was the very first Leaf built in the United States. Next one is the Job 1 Pathfinder, and then right behind here is the Job 1 Maxima. So this was the 6th generation, built in 03. And then in front of it is this Pikes Peak Leaf car. So this was one of the first electric vehicles to go all the way up Pikes Peak. But obviously that's been smashed now because everybody and their mother takes their electric cars up Pikes Peak now. So, but that was one of the first for sure. If you guys like Maximas, I got you a first gen right here. So this is as retro as you can get. So in 81, this is what we came out with, and to keep people and deter them from taking your badge, good luck with that. It's tied into the hood, so good luck trying to get that. Yeah, you can.
Rolls Royce
if you really, yeah, exactly, right. They stole it from us.
Yeah, they stole that.
But this is what started the 4-door sports car craze, because it had the L24 in it from the 240Z, and then made it to the 5-speed manual. I mean, this thing was a blast to drive. And its predecessor, the 810 behind you there in blue, also had the 240Z engine. Unfortunately, that one doesn't have the 4-speed in it. That one's an automatic. But again, kind of kicking off that whole mindset of 4-door sports car with the Maxima. Of course, we've got some Zs here. So obviously just a 350Z. But we wanted to make sure that we kept a convertible in the collection. 40th anniversary 370 behind you, and then you've got the 10th anniversary 280ZX. So that one is really special because if you guys remember the black gold car commercial, you guys got to YouTube that and watch that. It is the most cringy thing ever. But that commercial though featured that exact car. So that came to us from new. It's got the lowest mileage that we have in any vehicle. I believe it's still under 200 miles. It's on the original Wingfoot Goodyears, so that's a really special car for our collection. In addition to this 50th anniversary Z31, so this turbo car here has been completely gone through. Everything in it works, including the body sonic seats, which is a rare option that came with these vehicles. If you guys have ever been in, like a sub car before, you get that low end bass. This was kind of that initiation of that. So kind of weird technologies, but this is when we were trying to go up market with the Z for the more luxury intended buyer. So we've got Steve Millen's GTR. The only thing to call out on this, so this was a very early PT, so a production trial unit that we sent to him to have a bunch of his development parts for GTR developed on. So it came back to us last year, and we've just been driving the doors off of it. Some more Job 1s over here. So we have a Job 1 Sentra. We've got an Xterra that's not a Job 1, but it's a very early production run Xterra. And then behind it, a very early G37. And then next to it is a really early Job 1 Frontier. So as we work our way, some of you guys may notice this convertible Nismo. So this is a V2 Nismo 370, but we never made one in convertible. So what is this, you ask? Well, this was done for the Chicago Auto Show in 2016, and it was a skunk works project because we were pushing really hard for our product planning development team to develop a convertible Nismo. And unfortunately, it didn't stick. But this is one of one, so this is the only Nismo convertible that exists. Yeah, it looks so good. So we've got a beautiful 620 example here, one of our best-selling pickup trucks ever in the Nissan brand. And the next one is the worst-selling vehicle that Nissan has ever sold in the history of the world.
I work in Franklin, man. And back when those came out, there was two guys in like suits. I guess they worked for Nissan.
Yes, I did.
Driving around one of those. I'm like, this is the ugliest car I've seen.
Oh man. Yeah. It didn't sell too well. It didn't sell too well, unfortunately. The top had 100% failure rate. So the dealers loved you when you came in. But what's really cool about these particular vehicles is now they've got a cult following. Like they've got Facebook groups galore. You can't even find one of these, and if you do find one of these, they're exponentially expensive now. They're like 60 grand if you can even get your hands on one.
No way.
Yeah, seriously. These things are literally sought after by the most random groups too. Like I don't even understand it. But we took this to Cars and Coffee.
Aztec Owners Club.
That's what I'm. We got four offers at the Nashville Cars and Coffee to buy this thing.
Oh my God. Wow. I saw those. Now he's about to talk I'm like, what is that?
So to finish out our Zs, so we have every generation Z. Unfortunately, we don't have a couple of them with us because they're out being used. But this one I wanted to call out real quick. So Mr. K, again, our chairman of Nissan North America from the 60s into the 70s. When he retired in 1974, this was his car right before his retirement. What's unique about this is because you're the chairman of Nissan, you can do whatever you want. So he spec'd out a 260, which was the only one that came with the 2+2. So out of the S30 body style, only the 260 came with the 2+2. They got away with it, or they got rid of it with the 280 generation from 75 through 78. But this yellow pearlescent paint with the moonroof were two of the #1 things he had to have, along with the automatic. So this is a special one of one Mr. K's last police car. So before he retired in '74, he drove this around. Rumor has it though that his wife drove this more often and then had to have the back seats for his kids. But you can still see his neighborhood sticker there for the gate, so that way they knew that he could come in through his gate. But this thing runs and drives fantastic. It's been with us through all of our Z launch programs, the Z Proto, and then with the new Z that's coming out next year. And speaking of prototypes, this was the initiation of the revival of Z back in 1999. So, of course, you guys, if you guys are Z nerds like me, in 1996 we stopped making the Z with the Z32. In 1999, though, there was a lot of discussions about what we wanted to do to bring the Z car back. So this was the first concept that led into what now we know as the 350Z. So in '99, this really took a lot of the styling cues of the original 240 and S30 body style. So you'll see like the modern interpretation of the circular headlights, the same type of swooping rear deck lid, flat back. So again, this was kind of that initial concept. But then this got such bad reviews that they went back to the drawing board, and in 2001 they came back out with a new sketch that looked very similar to the 350Z, and thank goodness that happened because people can say what they want about this, but it's it is what it is.
What's your question, Joseph?
Probably last I checked it was a little under 8,000 miles. Yeah. You know what's funny though? The platform underneath this though, just because this is a concept car, is an F14 with the double overhead K8.
They just built the body around it.
They just built the body.
What's that blue car back there?
Oh yeah, so that is the Gobi. It's a concept car that originated from our design center in La Jolla.
That would pull off now.
Oh yeah.
That would definitely pull off right now.
So I know you guys love the hard bodies. So yeah, these two came directly to us from our test facility out in Arizona. So they were used in the 90s, and then they came over to us, and they've just been hanging out with us.
So they can hang out with that.
Yeah, right. So automatic V6 SE, fully loaded, and then this one is a base grade, but it's got the manual. And this one will decimate that car noise. The gearing in this, is crazy. This will chirp through second gear, and it will take that V6 on. It's so much fun.
You can buy a brand new truck for less than $15,000. It's still driving.
So I did want to point out some Infinitis. We do have a lot of Infinitis. We've got two Q45s. One's in China right now. The other one we just had at Cars and Coffee yesterday. We've got two of the M30s here, which were known as Leopards in Japan, as they were branded as Nissans. Coupe convertible. You can't really find M30s anymore, as well as the J30, which is back over in that back corner, and it's all in its white glory. We have a really, really pristine Patrol. If you guys are, familiar with like the Armadas of today, if it wasn't for that Patrol, we wouldn't be having, our off-road capabilities. In front of it was our upmarket attempt. So this was the 411, which predated the 510s. So you'll notice the super nice leather interior. It had the first automatic transmission that Datsun put into any vehicle at the time. So really special car for us there. And then as we move into the trucks, the 320, the 520, and the 720 pickup. So again, this is kind of what started our truck craze, which is now with our new Frontier that we just launched earlier this year. So I know that was super quick. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Just glad that you guys were able to come down here and check it out, because again, this isn't open to the public, so I'm glad that you guys were able to see some of our collections, because this is all handled on a volunteer basis.
So that was really cool, having Jonathan go ahead and open up the shop to the guys that's doing the Vault Tour. Make sure it's wide enough. Also, that was pretty cool. We were able to tag along and record that for prosperity reasons and stuff like that. Holy crap, what's this, Citron? Yep, that's bad. But yeah, how awesome was that, guys? What was your favorite car down there? So I'm waiting to see if next time I come back, see if we can get some poster boards and help put some stuff up on the wall. So that would be kind of cool. Because some of those memorabilia is just sitting in a box, not doing anybody any favors. There's a bunch of flags too that we probably could get pinned up. So I'll probably talk to Jonathan too. I'll probably see you come by and just get some of that shit up. It'll be kind of cool, right, Wes? That'll be kind of cool, trying to get some of the stuff unboxed and up on the walls and stuff. Huh? I guess, I don't know. Yeah. But, hey guys, if you like the impromptu vlog, I didn't plan this or anything, it just kind of happened. Go ahead and hit that like, hit that sub, and until next time, guys, you'll have a good one.